No matter which part of London you look at with regard to the ULEZ expansion where the cameras and the signs are going up, people have different opinions, people have different experiences, and more importantly of all, there's a very big difference in the impact that this scheme is having on the lives of many. There's a very small village called Cudham, which is on the border of, well, London and Kent. Once upon a time it used to be part of Kent, but now technically Greater London. And any cameras that go up there aren't lasting very long. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Good to see you. As always, thank you for the support. Please make sure you continue to do what you do. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell so you keep up to date with everything that comes out here. Hit the like and leave comments. It all helps. Very much appreciated. Well, this is a story from a place called Cudham, which is basically on the border between Kent and London. And some of the residents have some things to say about the ULEZ scheme, one of which is, we don't need that out here, we're out in the middle of nowhere. And the cameras that go up aren't lasting very long. Let's have a look at this and see what they have to say. Right on the very edge of the capital's newly expanded ultra-low emission zone is a tiny, leafy village. And when you look at the map, and you can look in the description below at this, Cudham is effectively split, where the zone goes through it. Part of Cudham you have to pay and part of it you don't. What sense does that make? Residents say life is good, but many depend on their cars to navigate its narrow lanes in between farms, access healthcare and shops in busier nearby settlements. In addition, many non-ULEZ compliant rural vehicles such as tractors and horse trailers are used as locals go about their daily business. You can imagine the revenue generated off of them. Residents, therefore, are fearful of the impact of Sadiqs' move to expand the scheme into the area. They also claim that ANPR cameras that keep track of the vehicles entering the zone do not survive for more than a day, as they're gotten rid of. Well, this article calls them vandals. We know what we've been calling them. Michael Chapman is one of two directors of Humphrey's Garage in Cudham Lane South. He's worked on residents' motors for 37 years, and he told My London, amidst a prolonged early autumn rain shower under the shelter of one of his workshops, it's the ULEZ expansion. It's a load of crap. Who needs it out here? The more cameras that are cut down, the better. We had one up the road, and in 24 hours it was gone. There are no cameras up here. We're in the middle of nowhere and only 100 yards into the zone. It's affected the business massively, and everyone's having to get rid of their good cars. This is the impact, isn't it? Everybody's panicking about what this means for their cars and going and getting rid of it. I do wonder how much money's left in the scrappage scheme, because the man himself is trying to encourage people to keep their guzzlers and pay the fines. Just shows you what it's really all about with comments like that. How much pollution is that creating to replace cars we've got? Cars here are taxed £30 a year because they're good for emissions, but they're not good enough for ULEZ. People used to come in for an MOT and a service. Now they're not having a service because they won't be able to use the car. Even though there are no cameras here, we get loads of customers here and they're worried. It would be more use doing what Wales have done with a 20-mile-an-hour limit in all built-up areas. That would cut emissions down. I tend to disagree with that. No one round here is for it. The ULEZ, he added that he himself is affected by the charge as he drives a non-compliant 2009 diesel car and has to commute into Cudham from East Sussex. Having his non-PC 2006 diesel Range Rover seen to Humphreys was Tony Lawman from Ide Hill in Kent. Retired businessman, claims he and his son have recently incurred 4 separate ULEZ fines of £100 between them, which he says they're contesting. So, it's the outer regions, isn't it? And there's more testimonies from people in that article as well. Again, I leave in the description below. It's areas which are way out of the way, out in the country almost, idyllic rural life, and are being penalised by these cameras. Now, they're not wanted because they're getting removed straight away. And I bet as soon as they go up, someone comes along and cuts them down again. Have a read. Let me know what you think. Do you live in an area on the outskirts of London which is like this and affected by it equally? Let me know in the comments. Get in touch. Maybe we can bring your stories out too. Anyway, I'm off. I'll see you shortly with one more. Toodaloo.